The New York Islanders fall to the New York Rangers 5-2 in what could be considered a actually very entertaining afternoon game. I don't find many afternoon games very entertaining. I don't find that the players or the teams are into it. Never liked playing afternoon games myself as a hockey player, and I guess that's why I don't like watching them at that time either. For me on the West Coast here, it's 10 a.m. At puck drop, and hockey was not meant to be watched at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's just not. It's a nighttime sport. It's always been a nighttime sport. And yeah, that's just the way I feel about it. Hey, I thought a pretty good effort by the Islanders tonight. Yes, they lost 5-2, but being down five guys like that, it was a great effort. They really did. If you check any of my podcasts in the past, the one thing, especially on Islander losses, the time that I really fly off the handle is when I don't see effort. I saw effort tonight, so and I saw a really good effort tonight by the Islanders. We were depleted. Matt Barzell is a Ranger killer. He really is. He feasts on the Rangers, and we didn't have him tonight. That's a big hindrance, and it was just a great game. It was one of the best goaltending games you'll ever watch. Seeing two guys just go at it, it's fun to watch, but silly, stupid mistakes hurting us once again, and just too many turnovers, just too many turnovers. But like I said, we're depleted. We got well, when you lose half your decor in a basically a period of play, as times are tough. So anyway, as the game starts, it could have got off to a good start because we had a power play, but nope, we don't take advantage of that. Instead, Noah Dobson decides to give the puck away not once, but twice, as he's it was pitiful. It was pitiful to see. I mean, it was a beautiful goal, shorthanded goal by the Rangers. Kreider from Zibanejad, nice couple of passes for both of them in that one. But no good for Noah. I mean, you can't. It's just it was just so bad. I think the part that even frustrates me the most about it is obviously Noah's behind the play, and once he sees the puck go in the net, he takes his stick to go smash it against the post, which you see a lot of guys do, especially if they make a bad play themselves. They're pissed off and they just take that stick and they shatter it across the goalpost. As Dobson goes by and he goes like this, he goes, "Oh no." Decides not to do it. And it was just so feeble at how he made the like, oh, I'm gonna smash this. Oh no, I don't want to do that. That might take too much effort. So I was very disappointed to start the game down 1-0, especially being on the power play like that. I mean, I wasn't expecting a lot of today's game. I had a pretty good feeling that the Islanders were going to lose. I'm a lot happier than I thought I was going to be because of the effort the Islanders put in, and yeah, a break here or there could have went the other way. Who knows? But it didn't. They beat us fair and square. They outshot us 40-37. So it was a fairly even game. Might have got goalied a little bit, but I'll talk about Shesterkin in a bit. So anyway, we go into the second period. We're down 1-0, and then Vincent Trocheck didn't take him long to score into the period, and Riley Smith getting the assist on that one, down 2-0, kind of what I expected, kind of the way I see this game kind of going. But then I get a bit of a shock as Zeker gets his first goal of the year from Engvall and Holmstrom. And boy, Shesterkin looked pretty bad on that one. He let that one squeeze right through the old bread basket, and Zeker pounced on the puck, and lo and behold, we were down 2-1, and we had life, and we had opportunities to make the game 2-2. Plenty of opportunities to do. We just couldn't do it. And then Panarin kind of on the power play, it's just one of those seeing eye shots that gets through that I see guys score this way all the time. Panarin getting his eighth from Zibanejad and Fox. And I see it all over the league, just these not weak wrist shots, but just a toss at the net. and they make their way through, and the goaltender can't see them, and they just go over the pad or whatever. I don't see that happening a lot with the Islanders. I see the Islanders getting a lot of blocked shots, but I've seen a lot of those goals scored like that. So that's why they say throw the puck at the net. Throw the puck at the net. You never know what's going to happen. And like, it wasn't a really dangerous shot or anything. It was the perfect shot. Perfect shot. It was placed absolutely perfect, but wasn't exactly dangerous. I mean, if Ilya can see that puck, that's he's like Billy Smith on the lawn chair sipping a drink while making that save. So uh, yeah, unfortunate for the Islanders. It's just kind of the way it goes. Playing a really good second period, out shooting them 18-16, and yeah, it just unfortunate. And then we get a big break with 8 seconds left. Just all of a sudden in the second period, the second line really turned it on. And they really turned it on at the end of the period there, where Brock Nelson from Kyle Palmieri, what great work by Palms. Beautiful play by him, getting it from Anders Lee. So Palmieri and Lee getting the assist with Brock scoring his fifth goal of the year. Just a basic tap in for Brock. I think me, you, whoever's listened to this podcast, we all could have scored that goal that Brock scored. That was great play by Paul Murray. Really great play. So anyway, we got life going into the third period, only being down 3-2. And it's looking good. We got our chances. Is and then Enstrom scores. And I have a problem with this goal. What is that? I think that's about the third goal that the Islanders have had scored against them that has popped straight up in the air and went over the goaltender's head, not seeing the puck. I think that's the third time we've had that happen to us this year. I just want to know when the Islanders are going to get a goal like that. It seems like we never, ever get a cheap, fluky goal. We might have one or two this year, maybe. But we just don't get goals like that. And obviously it's a turning point, makes it 4-2. And we ended up pulling the goaltender and Panarin getting an empty netter. But uh it's just no puck luck going in with it. And I know I say this a lot, like puck luck a lot of times is induced by yourself. So the greater the effort, the better chance that puck luck's going to start going your way. And that's just basically how you work your way out of that. However, I don't see that in this instances. I mean, I see the Islanders getting 37 shots a game. Like they got 37 tonight, and we're always way up there. Now, granted, all of them aren't high quality chances, but a lot of them are. A lot of them are. And you take a look at one of our best goal scorers is Bo Horvat. And on that save that Shesterkin made off Horvat, Horvat had 2.5 feet of empty net to shoot at. And he shoots the puck back against the grain into Shesterkin's pads. And it makes it look like Shesterkin made this unbelievable save, but it's just no finish. No finish. That's all that was. No finish. And of course, Shesterkin, who's probably the biggest hot dog goaltender I've seen since Patrick Waugh. Waugh was a huge hot dog when he played, and so is Shesterkin. He makes everything that can look hard, he makes it look hard, even though it's not really hard. Anders Lee, when Anders on the power play wide open front of the net, shoots the puck right into his glove. He didn't even see the puck go into his net, and then he does the windmill. And the fans go crazy. Oh, Igor, you're so great. You're so great. Now, I will say this. I'm starting to lean a little bit that Shesterkin may be the best goaltender in the league. I always thought it was Ilya, but after last year, it's kind of hard. But from what I see from Ilya this year, uh, I might have this conversation again at the end of the year. But right now, I'm going to give Shesterkin the nod. And we kind of got goalied tonight, but bad luck and no finish from the Islanders. So we are our own worst enemy many times. And that's just a few examples of how we couldn't finish plays off and make things happen. So until that starts happening, things are not going to be good. But I will say this, the effort that the Islanders gave tonight, we're going to win some games without our big boys. With that kind of effort that they put in tonight, we're going to beat some other teams that yeah, plain and simple. Things eventually got to start going puck luck way, but holy smokes, guys, you really have to start finishing. They're really squeezing those sticks really tight right now. So let's talk about the players. Sipakov, another wow, what a game. What a game. That power move he made in the first period towards the net when he knew he was going to go straight into the goalpost and probably hit Shesterkin as well, and he didn't care. That was just amazing, just amazing. Some of the power moves that Max was making out there tonight were just absolutely astonishing. He really is the true definition of a power forward. Gets a -2 tonight, but one's an empty netter. The other is Samuel Bolduc, whatever in the hell Sam was doing. So that's the one thing I don't like about plus minus is, a guy like Sipakov can walk away with a -2 and had absolutely nothing to do with either goal. But that's why people take plus minus with grain of salt. However, I am a believer over a long stretch of time, the plus minus does tell a bit of a story, a bit of a story. Simon Holstrom, I'm starting to see some flashes. I'm starting to see those things that people were talking about with him in the practice and whatnot. Uh, really liked what I saw out of Simon tonight. I thought it was back-to-back games, good games for Simon. He got 18 minutes of ice time. He looked great. He really did. So it's hard to knock him. However, I still say the solution is not to just because he looks good offensively playing with other people and that is not to put him back with Barzell and Horvat when Barzy gets back because they just don't have any chemistry. And that happens. So let's not keep trying to push it and make something happen that's not going to happen. So but overall really good game by Simon tonight. Bo, yeah, Bo has to start burying these chances. He does this all the time. He has great opportunities like 2 feet to shoot at the net and shoot across the grain, that kind of thing. Hit a goal post, whatever. I know it's not his fault that he's not a natural goal scorer, but it's kind of frustrating because he's a goal scorer. And so being a goal scorer, you would think he would just be able to finish like the easy opportunities like that one he had tonight. And you eventually got to start burying these. I mean, I know he scores, but not enough. He should be scoring more. So overall, pretty good game by Bo tonight. I thought most of the Islanders played well. I don't have a whole lot. Well, I shouldn't say that. The ones that I do think played a bad game. Boy, they were horrific. But yeah, it was an okay game by Bo. Pager, he had an okay game as well. Not as he didn't stick out as much as he had in the last 2 games, but overall, I thought he played a fairly good game. I just really didn't notice Pager a lot tonight, but I did notice his face-offs. His face-offs, he was doing his fair share of winning in the face-off circle. I did notice Hudson bashing tonight. Hudson showed a couple of glimpses of offense in his limited ice time that he got tonight. Hudson didn't even make what did he get here? 6.5 minutes. So I think it's 6.5 minutes. Yeah, 6.5 minutes. So but what I did see of him out in the ice, I thought was really good in that 6.5 minutes. Engvall followed up his last good game with another good game tonight. He and it's not because he got an assist on the play, because it really wasn't a very good assist because that was just a routine shot that should have been saved. But, hey, you take your points where you can get them. So, but I thought I counted at least 3 times tonight that he completely took the Rangers defense off guard and outbeat them to pucks. They didn't think anybody was coming from anywhere. And Engvall was flying out there tonight. He really was, or this afternoon. But hey, if I get a +1 and an assist out of Engvall, that's a great game for Engvall. That puts him in A category for his game. An A category. So certainly wasn't displeased with Pierre, and he was shooting tonight too. He also had 4 shots on net. So That was good. Kyle Palmieri. Oh my God. What a beautiful play he made on that goal for Brock. But boy, Palms, you should have had that cut 4 days ago before Halloween. My God, that's a gash. That's a gash. I've had a couple of those, and that's a true gash. It's always fun going into public the next day when you've got a gash like that. People are just I remember the looks I used to get is so funny. So yes, this face here has probably had well over 300 stitches. Well over 300 stitches. Yeah, that's a that's a beauty of a cut there, Kyle. That's one to be proud of for sure. And he's a true definition of an old school hockey player. A gash like that wasn't going to stop him from going hard nose to the net. And that's how he got the assist, was by going hard nose to the net. So well done. I thought the whole second line, I didn't, I was a little bit worried because in the first period, I was thinking to myself, well, during this period, our second line is going to have to be our first line. And they were kind of a little bit of a no-show in the first period. But right from the get-go in the second period, they picked it up and had a great last two periods as a line. So really pleased with them. Uh, Wallstrom, I thought Wallstrom had a good game too. He was flying out there. He got himself 11 and a half minutes of ice time, four shots on net. It's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. 100, or pardon me, he didn't get four shots on net. He had four block shots. And that's what I meant to say. And you gotta love that when you're getting that out of Wally. The guy is doing everything he needs to do to try to to make this team, and it could only be a matter of time until the scoring starts, but he needs this on a consistent basis. He needs it on a consistent basis. He needs eventually at least start to get up to 15 minutes a game to start making things happen. But overall, I'm pretty happy with Wally's game. So four block shots, that's effort for sure. Anders Lee, another solid game by Anders. Tough break on that one where he was wide open in the slot there and just put it into Shesterkin's glove. But another pretty good game by Anders. He had a couple block shots too. He didn't get any shots on net tonight though either. So there was that. Brock, I thought Brock once again was probably the lesser of the three on the second line. And yes, he scored, but I mean, that was all Palms. That was all Palms. And don't get me wrong, obviously I said the second line really picked it up in the second and third, and they can't do that without Brock. But I expect Brock to be leading the charge, and it's really Sipikov and Palms that are driving that line right now. So hopefully we can get a little more out of Brock. I didn't think he had a bad game. I didn't think he had a bad game by any means. I'm hoping for just, I'm hoping for that 36 goal scorer to show up. That's the guy we need to show up. Kyle McLean, I say this every time, just copy and paste, put it in, but he had a little less ice time tonight. He only had 9 minutes tonight. Uh, Zeros across the board for Kyle, which is good for him. So good game, Kyle. Like I said, Pajot, I talked about him a little bit earlier in the scoring. He was -2 tonight with 20 minutes of ice time. All he had was a block shot and no shots on net. So we really didn't get the game out of Pager that we'd gotten the last two games prior to that from him. So it'd been nice for him to pick it up. It was nice to see Casey pick it up tonight. I thought he had a really bad last couple of games, and to jump on that loose puck and score that goal, good job, Casey. Got himself a couple block shots as well. Typical kind of Casey game, the kind of Casey game that we kind of expect out of him. All right, let's go to defense. Let's go to the horror part of Halloween here. Samuel Bolduc. Oh man. Hold on a second. I need a pen. Get me a pen. Get me a little piece of paper. There we go. That's done. So I just officially wrote off Samuel Bolduc. Like, oh my God. He didn't even get to 6 minutes. He was that bad. He was that bad. It's 6 minutes, not even 6 minutes of ice time, and -1, just absolutely just taking his casual time by the net there and absolutely gets 100% stripped of the puck. Turning point in the game, getting a goal like that scored against us. It's yeah, not good. Not good. I know I was harping a few games back, like bring up anybody to replace Cholowski, and I see now why you haven't brought up Bull to replace Cholowski. That's a sad thing to say. That's a sad thing to say. Ryan Pollock, I mean, he was just a beast out there tonight. Almost 30 minutes of ice time, 29-24. Man, what a game by Pollock. He really he stepped up. He stepped up big time for sure. 4 hits, one block shot on net, almost 30 minutes ice time. Yes, got 2 minutes and penalties, and yes, he was a -2, but he did everything he could out there. So a pretty good game by better than a pretty good game by Pollock. A really good game by Pollock. He played well. Dobson, I don't know what to say. I think I already said it. That goal kind of sums up pretty much your game right now. Still somehow getting 25 minutes of ice time, but I mean, he is shooting, he is getting the puck on net, but the defensive side of the puck is just, oh man, it's not good, not good. We need so much better out of him, so much better out of him, and we're not getting it. Scott Mayfield, I thought, had a bang up game. 23 minutes again tonight. That's 8 minutes over his normal ice time. +1. He got a shot on net, blocked shot, 3 hits. I mean, wow, great game, Scott. That was up there pulling your weight for sure. 23 minutes. I didn't realize you had 23 minutes of ice time tonight, but I did notice you out there a lot. So uh we're obviously going to lean on the three. We got Pollock at 29-24, Dobson at 25-21, and we got Mayfield at 23 even. So it's obvious we're gonna throw all the ice time at those three guys because Cholowski came in with 13:53 of ice time. Now, I thought this was defensively Cholowski's best game of the year. I barely noticed him out there, which is a great sign. He had a block shot tonight. He was even, so not displeased at all. I thought Grant Hutton was dealing with the battle of the nerves. I don't think he had a good game, but I think it was nervousness. I'm gonna give him a chance in this one because it seemed like he settled down as the game was going. He only got 14-14 in ice time, but he looked a little shaky, and I kind of wrote that off to nerves. I mean, he did get 2 shots on net, a block shot and a hit. So uh, not bad from him. I like the way he settled in as the game went, but he definitely had a shaky start. Ilya, 897 save percentage, but what could he do? What could he do? Uh, a lot of those he just didn't have any chance on. I did think we got out goalied tonight. I think Shesterkin tried to make it look like we got more out goalied than we did with his hot dogging and whatnot. But give credit where credit's due. He basically beat Ilya 4-2 tonight and then letting the puck behind the goal line now. I mean, what the hell can Ilya do about these pucks going up like up to 10 feet in the air and flying over your head and dropping down into the goal line? I don't know what you can do about that. I know Varley had one. I like I said, I'm pretty sure we've had at least 3 of them this year, and we've had a lot of other weird fluky goals go in against us, and we're not getting it. Like I said, the one thing I talk about is you make your own luck, and I really think the Islanders have done enough to make their own luck. Like I said, it's not 100% quality scoring chances every time, but they're getting enough shots on net and everything that eventually some luck has got to start going our way. Now, a lot of it has to do with not just being natural finishers. I get that part, but eventually we got to start getting the puck that flies over the guy's head 10 feet and then drops behind him into the net, don't we? Eventually it's got to happen. I would think so. So anyway, I'll be looking to see what Hutton's got to give the next game. Hopefully he's got the nerves out of the way. At least I'm hoping it was nerves. And Soroki having a great game. as well. I thought so. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. We definitely fall down the standings by losing this one. It's no shame in losing to the Rangers. Even though I will say this, I didn't think the Rangers looked that great. I really didn't. I thought we played them pretty evenly, and their goaltender's been winning them a lot of games, which can really skew what a what a record looks like. I mean, I had to listen to Joe and Sam today. I didn't have the Islander broadcast because I taped the game to watch it later. But listening to those guys, like he's single-handedly won a lot of these games for the Rangers this year, and I kind of concur with him. I didn't really think the Rangers looked that great, and I definitely think the Islanders outworked them, but the Rangers out-talented us tonight with what they had on the ice. So anyway, it's a shame. Try to remember as well that this team was playing their fourth game in 6 nights. Make that 4 games in 5.5. What a great way to end 4 and 6 by making it in the afternoon to make it just that much tougher on the Islanders. So, and then you compile the ice time that Pollock, Dobson, and Mayfield have been logging for the last 2 games and 4 games in 6 nights. Lose to the team that won the did they win the President's Cup last year? I can't remember who won the President's Cup, but they definitely won the Eastern Conference. So no shame in that. Not disappointed in the Islanders at all. They gave it 100% effort, and that's all I ever ask from them. Like I said, you check my old podcasts, and the only thing I really get upset about when we lose is lack of effort. If it's lack of talent, lack of scoring ability, I can live with that because if you're giving me your best, that's all you can give me. So, and kind of what I saw of the Islanders tonight was giving it everything they had, and I just saw a couple of guys who are just out of their league. And I think we know I'm talking about when I say that. So anyway, that's it for now. So hopefully our schedule's not that hard, so hopefully we can start beating some teams ahead of us. I think with that effort we can. I think we can. So I'm going to try to stay optimistic. We are falling down in the standings a little bit now. It's kind of hard. We kind of got to get going. But other than that, I'm looking forward to the next game. So you guys and girls out there, you all take care and peace out.